Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you're doing all right. As you may know, I've been studying mechanical and electrical engineering here in Taiwan for the past 3 years now. I just recently completed my third year, second semester, and now I'm going into my senior year. So I just want to give you a rundown of what this semester has been like for me. By far, I would say my challenges this semester was dealing with all the electrical engineering courses because all of it is in Chinese. And with Chinese, you just have to take that extra step to translate everything into English, and then you're able to understand, process it, and then go ahead and solve it. So that was the main challenge for me this semester because I took three electrical engineering courses this semester. I didn't really understand what was going on in the classes as usual. The main way I deal with these courses is just to get the English version of the textbook and then just go and study on my own. That's pretty much the only way I understand what's going on. Now, since a lot of these classes are math based, they're heavy in math. Math is a universal language, so you don't really need to understand what you're saying. You can simply follow along since math is very sequential and very logical. Math is a universal language, so it's not that bad. Attendance does account for a good portion of your grade, so attendance is a must. Otherwise, I don't see the need to go to these classes, honestly. You just study on your own and you're gonna be fine. For my mechanical engineering courses, it's been pretty laid back. I would tell you don't procrastinate or else you're gonna find yourself in hot water at the end of the semester. But yeah, some of the more interesting courses that I took this semester is definitely computer aided engineering. Computer aided engineering is when we use a software to assist us in engineering. So for example, we would use a 3D model and then we would then simulate how this 3D model will behave in different situations. So for example, one of the more notable examples that I did this semester was comparing different types of heat sinks to one another and finding out which one is the best one. So what we would do is take different designs of heat sinks, 3D models of heat sinks, and we would use the heat transfer physics model on it to simulate the heat distribution that would happen if we were to place this heat sink on a chip, on a processor. So we would analyze the heat distributions and different factors and then compare that data to other heatsink designs, and then we would figure out which one is the more efficient, which one is the best one to use in that particular situation. So that was one of the more interesting classes that we took this semester. Another interesting course that I did in mechanical engineering is definitely fluid mechanics. Fluid mechanics deals with the behavior of fluids. So fluid mechanics for us is broken up into fluid statics and then fluid dynamics. Fluid statics deals with fluids that are not in motion. So mainly you're concerned with the depth and the forces that are acting at a particular depth and also the pressure. So that's the main things that you're dealing with in fluid statics. In fluid dynamics, you're more focused on the velocity and the forces that are involved when this fluid is in motion. So because we live in a world where we're surrounded by fluids, air is a fluid, the atmosphere, water, and where we interact with fluids on a daily basis. So having a good understanding of fluids is very important as an engineer, and it has a lot of applications as well in the real world. So this has been one of the most interesting courses that I did this semester. It's also really challenging, so keep that in mind. So I noticed a general theme going on here while studying mechanical and electrical engineering. Mechanical engineering, throughout the years that I've been studying it so far, all of the courses, they teach you skills in order to design stuff. So mechanical engineering is mainly about design. So you're able to design different products. Maybe you want to design the outer shell for this tablet here. you design the same heat sink design. It's all about designing. They teach you all the necessary skills, everything from material selection to analyzing how that material behave under different stresses, and all different types of stuff. They even teach you how to use the software to even build it in the first place. So mechanical engineering has definitely focused a lot about design. Electrical engineering more, I would say, focuses on the control aspects of stuff. Since you can pretty much find electrical components in every product that you see today, whether it be your tablet, your refrigerator, your air conditioner, anything at all, it must have some way to control it. And I find that with all the courses that I've been taking in electrical engineering so far, they teach you the skills necessary in order to control different systems. Because a lot of the times they teach us, especially in electronics, they teach you the different electronic components, but they also teach us how to analyze these components here in terms of the time response, the frequency response, and how to design it in such a way so that it responds the way that you want it to. We also do a lot of programming courses in electrical engineering as well, such as programmable logic controller. We don't learn C, C++, and all of those code there. A lot of the programming languages we do is definitely based off that. We do use LabVIEW, MATLAB, and different programming software so that we can actually develop a program that would be able to control different stuff. So electrical engineering does teach you a broad set of skills, but I think it more focuses on the control aspect of things. So now that I'm going into my senior year, naturally I'm asking myself, well, what next after I get my undergrad degree? What's the next step? So I'm definitely gonna do my master's degree. The question is, what am I gonna major in? Now, I definitely don't wanna do a master's degree in mechanical engineering, simply because that field is way too broad. Now, don't get me wrong, mechanical engineering is definitely a field that teaches you a lot of problem solving skills and how to design stuff, and it will definitely be valuable down the line in your career. I just think that the field itself is a bit too broad. It's starting to become saturated, and it's one of the more common fields among all the other engineering disciplines. A lot of people are graduating out of this field, and so when you have saturation like that, your skill set starts to become less valuable. So as a result, it might be a little bit harder to get jobs in mechanical engineering, simply because there are a lot more people that hold a mechanical engineering degree. The competition is gonna be fierce. So I am considering to do either biomedical engineering, computer engineering, or electrical engineering. Now, biomedical engineering is definitely a niche field. I think it's a bit too narrow. I don't want to be trapped in a field where I can't really apply myself outside that field if I can't get a job in that particular field. Because, let's be real, just because you get a degree in a particular field doesn't mean you will find a job in that field. So I don't want to end up in that trap. I want something that is just specialized enough, but just broad enough that I can apply myself in other fields if need be. And I think biomedical engineering is just too niche of a field for me to do that. And the reason I'm considering biomedical engineering too is because that might just be my stepping stone into medicine, because I am considering also switching completely from engineering and go into medicine and study to be a medical doctor. But the thing is, I don't really have that much courses under my belt involving biology, chemistry, because you do need to know these things, and I don't want to spend an extra year or two just to study these things so that I can get into medical school, which will then be another 4 years. So studying biomedical engineering, I feel, would be a stepping stone in that direction. Computer engineering focuses mainly on the computer hardware aspect of things rather than the software side. And let's face it, everything is computerized. Everything has some kind of computer component to it. So as you can imagine, this field is super high in demand, and there's definitely a lot of opportunities if you go into this field. The same can be said with electrical engineering. However, electrical engineering is definitely more broad. It does cover some of the content from computer engineering. They do have a lot of overlapping courses. So I think either one of these courses would be fine. I would go for the more broader aspect, that is electrical engineering, because again, you have a lot more opportunities. You won't be locked into a certain niche if you go for electrical engineering. So which one of these I actually go into depends still on a lot of factors, such as the location, the school, if I get a scholarship opportunity, and a lot of different things. So I still haven't made up my mind yet, but I'm still on the lookout for different opportunities as they may arise. So going into my fourth year, well, I can't wait to graduate, because 4 years has these 3 years so far has been brutal, and I'm 26 years old right now. By the time I finish my master's degree, I'm gonna be 30 years old. So I'm looking to start to get into the workforce and build my career as an engineer, or who knows where I may end up, because there's a lot of different things I want to do. I also wanted to be a pilot. I'm considering to be a medical doctor, so who knows? But it won't be feasible unless I graduate with this undergrad degree first. Then I'll see where the chips fall from there. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you get a better insight of what you want to study. I know a lot of people do check out my videos because they're about to start studying engineering and they're just looking for a bit more information. So I definitely hope this video helped you out at least a little bit. So if you like this video, please give me a like. If you have any thoughts about what I said or any questions, please leave your comments in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, help me defeat the evil YouTube algorithm so that it can be recommended to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.